Hello stock traders, I hope all of you had a successful trading day. The market has been really red. So in today's video, I'm going to cover the market conditions and kind of talk about how things are going and where I think we are going from here. I'm also going to do an analogy of a trade from our premium in our Patreon group. So this was a trade that we had in our premium room that I called out, and I'm just going to kind of cover the thought process behind it. Also, I'm going to give you a new stock pick at the end of this video, so you will want to stay till the end. And if you could do me a favor before we get going, if you could hit that most amazing and wonderful like button. Also, if you haven't done so before and you like the content of this channel, consider subscribing, turning on those bell notifications so you get notified when one of these videos comes out. Also, if you are interested in my opinion, and what you must understand, everything on this channel is just my opinion. I am not a financial advisor. Of course, you need to do your own due diligence and be responsible for your own stock trading. I am a stock trader, however, that has had success. And year to date, currently, I am up 146.12%, but that is no guarantee of future results. And so far this month, that has really kind of honed true. And then I am down 6.26% so far in the month of July. Had a fantastic June where I finished just over 50%. But this has been a little bit tougher for sure. We have some links down below that you will want to check out. We have Webull. If you are looking for a powerful broker, that's a great place to get it. Get some free stocks by clicking that link. Also, I have a link to BlockFi. If you're looking for free cryptocurrency and you want to earn interest on your crypto, I really love BlockFi. I love using it. I have Ethereum in there, and it just constantly is buying itself, and it's increasing. So I really like that. We also have this Patreon group. We have a link down below. If you're looking to be part of a group and see some of the call outs each and every day that are made. I know we haven't had success so far in July, but we've had so much success in the past over this last year. It has been a fun place to be, and the group has really done well, and there's lots of call outs that come from everyone and a lot of due diligence and a lot of research happening each and every day. So yes, the market has been rough. Let's cover and kind of go through the SPY and others, and I'm going to kind of start off this video by talking about where I think the market is heading and what we're looking at. Okay, so we start off here with the SPY, and you can see I've been tracking the 5-wave sequence here, and we have had a quick little correction. Maybe it's hard to know exactly which way. We haven't had full confirmation, but it appears that this was wave 1. And that now we have started wave 2, and wave 2 has been a sharp downturn. Now we had a gap that was open at 424, but today that got filled. And so as I expected, we saw a little bit of a bounce off of that gap. Now we have a gap up above. And so the bulls most likely are going to, at least I think, I'm hoping this is actually what happens, but I'm thinking that the bulls will come in and continue to buy up this dip and will close this gap. And then we may see a third leg lower, and it could come all the way down here. It'll depend upon where it's at, but I think it could come all the way maybe down to 415 or so. Anyway, that could be what happens, or we could get a bounce here, continue upwards, and even get a new high and go into wave 3 of the Elliott wave and be happy and on our way towards a bullish Elliott wave. I really don't think it's quite as bad as everyone's kind of thinking. You know, there's all this fear. It was much worse last year, I tell you that. So this is kind of nothing in comparison to that drop that we had in March 2020. Hopefully we don't see anything like that in the future. All right, so let's take a look at the Russell. The Russell has been struggling, and this is the part of my portfolio I need to do much better. And it's good to see this up in after hours, so we got that little move right here. But anyway, the Russell has been performing poorly. Looking for a bounce here and looking for this to get back on track. Some of the things I'm looking for, okay, so we are right at RSI levels where we should bounce on there. So that's what I'm hoping that we get. We should see that. As far as a previous level of support, we kind of have that here at 208. So we're kind of close to that. And so we should see that again, and hopefully this goes in and we can get a positive cross on the MACD and see this RSI improving, and some of these small caps can start moving in the right direction. But so far it has been really brutal, and because of that I have pulled out in all the positions as part of my strategy that it was time to sell. I have pulled out and I'm holding cash available. So I have a lot of cash on the sidelines. About 50% of my portfolio right now is cash. I'm trying to limit the downturn. Now, if I see positive factors in the market, then I will start to load up again, and I will be one of the ones fueling the market moving upwards. But as it becomes to the exit point of all of my different strategies, I will close out those strategies and hold them as open. But there are certain strategies that are bearish strategies that I look to take advantage of this type of market volatility. And I'm going to talk about that here in just a minute. All right, so let's take a quick look at the VIX. The VIX going up is actually very bad for the stock market, and we got that above 20, and so this is where fear is kind of creeping into the market, and this is expected with the kind of day that we had today. So this is we have now a gap down here, so a gap to fill, so hopefully we can get calmed down here a little bit and everyone can kind of just relax a little bit. But it's been a rough day. So it's been a rough market day. I know it's been a rough last couple of days. If I would have quit investing when I was young and just starting out, then I wouldn't have made any, I wouldn't have made any money, and I wouldn't have learned all the different things that I needed to learn to be successful in the market. So I want to encourage you to stick with it. But stick with it with stock strategies. If you have no strategy and you're literally just buying stocks because your friend says, oh, I think this is going to go huge, AMC, it's going big, or something of that nature, and there's nothing behind it, and you don't have a reason behind it or a plan to get out, then that is not the way to invest, and that is a way to lose money, and you will be in pain over a long period of time. Every stock that I choose to go into has a strategy behind it. I have multiple strategies that I'm using all the time, but you have to have a strategy. Trade stock strategies, not stocks. And it's really important to also track your trades. And I talk about that over and over and over again. But how do you know if a strategy is working for you or not working for you if you're not tracking your trades? If you don't know an average win rate percentage, if you don't know an average gain per pick of that strategy that you've had, it will, once it's on paper, it will be glaring to you whether or not that's a successful strategy for you or not. And if it's not a successful strategy at this time, it can be most likely if you make the necessary changes, but you have to be analytical about it and take a look and know what's going on and what is going wrong. Okay, we're going to talk about an analogy of a trade here. Okay, so the stock ARDX, I had it as a PDUFA run-up play, but there were certain factors and reasons why I wanted to get out of it. So this morning, and this is a little bit of luck and a little bit of strategy, but as part of my PDUFA run-up strategy, this stock fit it perfectly, and I was able to trade it for a 6% gain. And it was a small gain. The market really hurt how this thing ran, and it was much higher earlier on. But anyway, I decided to take profits on it. Why take profits on it? Well, because they have an FDA decision coming up, and that is at the end of this month, and I felt it was important for me to take my profits. It is so important to do that. So in starting this, I knew it was going to be very volatile going into FDA decision at the end of this month. And so ARDX, I did what's called a straddle options play. So this is my straddle options strategy, and this is off of a PDUFA decision. Anyway, I bought $7.50 calls and puts at the same time. So I didn't know if the stock was going to get approved or not. I do not know everything, but the strategy calls for if it's a call, if it gets approved, it's going to go through the roof. If it gets denied or something negative happens, it's going to go through the floor. Anyway, the goal is that one of the options will go completely worthless. And on the other side, I'm trying to make 200% plus. Why 200% plus? Because if I sell it at, let's say it goes way down and I sell the puts for over 200% gain, but I lose everything on the calls, it is okay because on the entire play, I made 50%. Now, I also choose an option that is more than 30 days away. You're probably asking, well, why would you do that? The expiration date always needs to be more than 30 days away. Why? Because you do not want to create a wash sale. You have to be careful with these wash sale rules. When you go to pay your taxes, it will be painful to do so. And I've had that happen in the past to me. And so with ARDX, since I made a profit on it, I could buy calls and puts without having to worry about that as long as I don't take a loss less than 30 days from now. So What happened today with FDA? So did this morning. I bought this morning. A little bit of luck. Sold it, bought it. I understand it's a little bit of luck, but I bought calls and I bought puts. And right now, if the price holds, because there was negative information that came out, I am looking at a 450% gain on my puts. Why? Because they received a letter from the FDA, unfortunately, and the stock price has plummeted all the way down to $2.23 right now in aftermarket. So this strategy worked beautifully. Tomorrow morning, I will realize the gains probably on those puts. I will take a look at where it goes. I will hold those. Obviously, my calls are probably going to go completely worthless. I am okay with that because I made if I make 450% in the morning, but I lose 100% of my calls, that is like me making 225% on the entire investment. Why? Because I went in on each one individually. Anyway, it's something to think about. In volatile markets like this, I like to do this a lot. And there's some stocks that might be possible that you might even take a look at. There's a big decision coming up on Sava. There is lots of other things. You can play this strategy on any type of stock that is very, very volatile. Okay, so now let's get to it. And I'm going to give you a new stock pick for the day. And here we go. The stock pick is Anixa Biosciences. And so this is an insider swing play. My average in it's $2.93. Since calling this out in our Discord this afternoon, I am up 2.92%. It is going to be a lot higher than that, in my opinion, here very soon. Analysts have an average target price of $9.50. So if you are wanting to get in as early as all the members, I recommend just joining the group. It doesn't cost very much. You will make it up with one great trade. In volatile markets, it's good to have people to talk to and talk with and talk through different investment decisions. No one in there is a financial advisor, but if you're wanting the opinions of others, two heads is better than one. And it can help you'll learn from the people that are around you in those rooms. And so it's a really good place and a really good group to be a part of. But there have been 3 different officers that have loaded up an open market on Anixa Biosciences. And today there was another one who loaded up. And so being that the case, seeing 3 different officers go in, I feel very strongly that this stock has some news behind it that has not yet been released. And so I'm expecting a really nice move. We also have a really nice MACD golden cross down here. And we have positive momentum on the RSI, which there are very few stocks at the moment that have that, especially small cap stocks like this one. But I'm expecting a really nice move. And tomorrow morning, if you were wanting to get in this, there has not been any news announced. And this has had some really big highs in the past, all the way up to 805. There's still a gap over here that needs filled. Right around the 650 range, so if we got good news, it could pop all the way to that. Anixa, I think, is going to be really good. I did check the short percentage on it is only 3%, so that's kind of inconsequential. So I don't expect a lot of covering of shorts or it to be a squeeze of any type. But a very good stock that could have positive news coming very soon. And this looks good for a big move. I wish you all the best on the stock market. I really am trying to help. Let's go out there, be very cautious in this market. Please make sure and have some stocks put aside, diversify your portfolio to make sure that if you have one gigantic loser that doesn't completely destroy things, the market will get good here soon. I want to encourage you. It will turn around. It always does. Bulls will step in. Over the long haul, it pays to be a perma bull. Why? Because the market marches up year after year on average. And so you can play those averages and make a lot of money in the stock market. I wish all of you the best. Please do good with your profits and help people in your community. And Raythoven out.